Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to speak at this remarkable conference here in Dubai, a global financial hub that does not wait for the future, it builds it. And speaking of the future, one of the greatest challenges facing humanity in the years ahead, it's clear. Artificial intelligence is gaining increasingly autonomy, while global financial systems are becoming increasingly dependent on its decisions. This shift is intentional. AI is built to learn, reason, and act independently with our objectives, processing complexity, assessing risk, allocating capital, and reacting to market faster than any human system. This capability is reshaping trading, risk management, compliance, and the foundation of global liquidity. But this power comes a new reality. Financial institutions, markets, and even regulators may soon be unable to operate effectively without AI. And that raises three critical questions. First, who defines the ethical boundaries of AI's decisions? Because optimizations without ethics can lead to distortions, cracks, and systemic instability. Second, what purpose is encoded in AI's actions? Efficiency, profit, client protection. A misaligned goal is no longer a technical issue. It's a financial risk. And then, and most important, who is responsible when AI makes an important decision? The model, the data, the developer, the institution. In finance, unclear responsibility becomes operational, legal, and reputational exposure. In today's financial landscape, uncontrolled intelligence is not innovation. It is risk. At its core, the challenge of AI is not technological. It is strategic and financial. It is about how we build a stable, transparent, and competitive financial ecosystem in a world where AI decisions influence trading, credit investment, risk assessment, and regulatory oversight. If human judgment is to remaining the anchor of financial strategy, then AI must become responsible for the consequences of its actions. Not only accurate or fast, but aligned with human values and with the stability and integrity of the financial system. Because in finance, responsibility is more than ethics. It is liquidity, trust, compliance, and systemic resilience. But responsibility requires something AI does not inherit bosses, an awareness of the impact and consequences of its decisions. So, we must create mechanisms that teach AI to operate with awareness, aligned with our values, our risk appetite, and regulatory expectations. This is why we need a roadmap for responsible AI, a business framework in which verified data, explainable models, and transparent governance, automation guided by human judgment, and values anchored in fairness, ethics, and purpose come together to form an ecosystem built on responsibility. Let us now move from those principles to execution through a roadmap for responsible AI built specifically for finance. This is not theory. It is risk management, operational discipline, and competitive advantage delivered in 4 phases. Phase 1, foundation. Define why AI exists in your business model. Strengthen data integrity. Establish governance, create an AI ethics committee, and train your teams so participation becomes the first layer of trust. The outcome, transparent, compliant, risk-ready foundations. Phase 2, integration. Integrate AI into trading, risk, credit, and compliance using explainability dashboards, human-in-the-loop controls, and blockchain traceability. The outcome, every AI decision becomes auditable and regulator-ready. Phase 3, optimization. Monitor bias, track model drift, enforce circuit breakers, and align AI behavior with institutional strategy. The outcome, adaptive, stable, and fair intelligence. Phase 4, leadership. Certify systems, publish impact reports, and position your institution as a benchmark for ethical intelligence. The outcome, responsibility becomes your brand, and trust becomes your differentiator. In fact, the roadmap for responsible intelligence is an ethical architecture. It starts with purpose, define why intelligence exists, ensures data integrity, and build transparency from the beginning. Then comes integration, explainable models, human oversight, and traceable decisions. Next, alignment, continuous monitoring, bias control, and real-world accountability. Finally, governance. Certify systems, publish impact reports, and make ethics a measurable standard. Because responsibility isn't the limit. It's what gives intelligence meaning. Indeed, responsible AI is not a limitation. It is one of the greatest strategic opportunities of the coming decade. Why? Because as AI reshapes global finance, the true competitive advantage will not come from the speed of automation, but from the trust, transparency, and resilience AI creates. Institutions that invest in responsible AI today will become the architects of tomorrow's financial ecosystem, an ecosystem that regulators support, clients trust, and markets depend on. Responsible AI turns compliance to confidence, data to actionable insight, ethics to economic value, oversight to systemic stability. In this new era, responsible intelligence is not just good governance, it is good business. And there is no better place than Dubai, a city that others only imagine, to lead this business. We become with a challenge. AI is becoming more autonomous while finance grows more dependent on it. But as every financial leader knows, dependence without control is risk, and dependence with responsibility is opportunity. So here is the call to action, actionable from tomorrow morning. Define why AI exists in your business model. Form an AI ethics and governance committee. Deploy explainability dashboards across critical systems. Educate your teams on responsible data and model oversight. Certify your AI platforms and publish impact reports. When we guide technology with responsibility, we don't just mitigate risk, we unlock competitive advantage. The legacy of this era must not be defined by how autonomous AI becomes, but by how deeply it aligns with human values, financial stability, and long-term trust. Ultimately, our mission in finance, our mission in financial technology is no longer to build advanced financial systems, but to build responsible financial intelligence. Because this is the way to build a financial future truly worthy of humanity. Thank you very much.